Hi, my name is John Brewington, and this is the studio live production that goes on at my church that I attend. Um, these over here, you can see the rockers for the microphones out there, and you can control them all individually by using these, or if you want to use them all at once, we have the master rockers over here. These control, left, right, any stereo sounds. Also on the soundboard, you can control the CDs or DVDs players, either these or these up here, and that's controlled through these. Um, Through those that don't understand, the microphones are connected through the back and then put through the amplifier, and from the amplifier, it's sent through the speakers out there on the pulpit. So as we come out here, we have the speakers that come through from the amplifier. We have some here, over there, in the middle, and up at the front of the sanctuary. So as we come to the front of the pulpit, we have four main microphones. Up here is the main microphone where much of the speaking goes on. And it's the secondary microphone, mainly used for the worship leader or any other person that's playing on the piano. And then over here we have the condensers, and this is used for the choir, and it's able to go through the speaker and help better understand what they're saying and singing. And that's it. All right, so this is my home studio. This is where I record and produce all of my tracks. Right here is a Carbon 49 keyboard, some MIDI plugging into my laptop, and that's how I record any of my instruments. This is a Blue Yeti Pro microphone. This is where I record any vocals or any instruments that I want, and I also hook that up right into the computer. That's an off-on pop filter. The DAW I use is Logic Pro X, and that's about it. The next video I'm going to show you how I mix and produce all of my tracks through Logic. Alright, for this final portion of the video, I'm just going to explain what I do at home when I produce, how I mix my tracks, how I record them through instrument and through audio. So this is a track that I already had made. So the first thing that I do for all my tracks when I first start them, I like to put up a level meter. And what this does for me, it just shows me the overall loudness of the track. It puts all the instruments together since I put in stereo out over here, and it'll just show me how loud the track is. And this is important to me or for anybody, because if you bounce a track and it's too loud, it will make it sound compressed or distorted or like too quiet. And if you send it out to a master, it will be really difficult for them to give the track its full potential. So for me, I really don't want my tracks to pass 0 decibels. Ideally negative 3 decibels, but if it goes over 0 decibels, that's when things start to get messed up. So 0 decibels. And I keep that, I bring it up sometimes when I record my tracks. Another thing I like to keep open or keep nearby is the electrical soundboard. I don't own one yet, but I would like to in the future. And for soundboards, it just shows you the level of the volume decibels for each of the tracks you have. Most of my tracks, I don't really like to go over 0 decibels again. And another thing to add to that effect when I produce is if I have headphones on, which is most of the time, I put stereo out all the way. So it makes all the instruments sound loud to me, but it's really not, and that'll help to make sure that it doesn't go over 0 decibels. Oh, and then when I bounce it, I bring it back down. 0, okay. This track in particular, it's a slow beat, so it's more of like a R&B / hip-hop type of genre. Some effects that I added here is that in the beginning of the track, what I did for the piano, I did it for some of the hi-hats, I'll show you later. What I did is, I labeled this the Drake sound. I created this channel EQ myself. Basically what it does is, it takes off all the highs and it brings out the lows. And what it does, it gives the instrument the effect as if it's like underwater. And I do that for some of my slower tracks, like just in the beginning to make it give it like a chill type of vibe. And yeah, I'll show you. I'll just bring out this is what it sounds like. Okay. All these, by the way, all these sounds that I did through instrumentation, I did myself through my 49 key piano that I showed in the video before. So yeah, that's basically what it sounds like with the channel EQ. This is what it sounds like without it. So yeah, you can hear the difference. Another effect I added was I like to go to space delay, and I really like what Logic did for the space designer because it makes things sound like they're in space kind of. And I mess around with some of these effects sometimes when I'm making slow beats. And what this did was it delayed out the piano, and sometimes it reflects some of the sounds you put within it, and I like it. It's one of the sounds I like. So yeah, that's what I did for the piano. I did the same thing for the hi-hats. Yeah, I put it in this group. So these groups, I did the same thing. And yeah, all of these sounds I did myself. Some of them, this was a sample. I'll show you what this was. So it's just that sound. I took it from a beat and I sliced it up and put it in the track. So yeah, I'll play the beginning of this track. I'll play like the middle of the track. I'll play like right here. I'll have this posted as one of my 3 selections, so you'll be able to hear the whole thing. So yeah, that's just a small piece of the track. And yeah, these background vocals I did myself. I just added a lot of reverb on this to make it sound like it's in the background. This is just an instrumental track. But yeah, this is majority of what I do. And then when I finish with everything, I play it back one more time. Oh, the headphones I use. I use 2 sets of headphones. One set is strictly for production. It's Bayer Dynamic DT990 headphones. And for recording, I use Audio Technica ATH M50X, and those I use when I'm recording my vocals or an instrument or whatever the case may be. That helps keep the sound in the headphones so it doesn't bleed into the microphone. So I really like those when I record. And that's basically it. Thank you very much, and I'll have my other 3 selections posted in the file.